We are in the thick of season 17 of Real Housewives of Orange County. By now, we've got a pretty good sample size to judge newbie Jenn's performance, and in my opinion, it's kind of lacking. Coming up, we've got a clip from episode 25 of our podcast where we talked about the weak decisions that Jenn is making and the things she could have done differently in order to strengthen her social position. Hope you enjoy it. Be sure to check out the full episode that this came from if you want to hear more. We'll have a link to that in the description. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss a new episode when we post. Hope you enjoy.
I was also trying to understand Jenn's history with the show because she was quite focused on this episode. Whereas her own, her private businesses were kind of like being talked about, and everyone was like, should we tell her? Should we not tell her? Does she often get kind of not picked on per se, but like do the ladies kind of like pay her this much attention in general, or how does that usually? How has she played out as a character in this season?
So this is her first season, so she's brand new.
Okay,
so that's kind of like what we're seeing is how is she going to fit into this group? Is she going to be, whose ally is she going to be? Is she even going to be a useful ally,
right?
Or is she just like chum in the water and they're going to use her infidelity as something to like pick apart, and then she doesn't have anything to carry her forward, so she'll be a one and done. At least I think that's how it's going to play out. I think she's not bringing anything, and I think she's going to be
I think she's just too apologetic for what she's doing. I mean, just don't let them pick on you like that. Like, if they're going to come at you at this, like, ring of fire, just like, of course, there will be no TV again. Again, if I wrote it, I'll be like, I don't have to explain this. Just walk away. There'll be no scene. But that's not how she should do it. But maybe she should just own up more to it.
Yeah. She doesn't have to walk away. I didn't mean to. I just was like, to build on that. She doesn't have to walk away. She can be like, fuck you. Like, don't criticize my past, whatever. She can do whatever she wants here. She's making a weak choice. She's trying to be amicable. She's trying to understand. Yeah. Like, Gina can be upset all she wants about someone else's infidelity. That's, as somebody said, like, largely her problem. I mean, it's great for drama. Like, I'm not complaining as a viewer, but, and like the stuff about him saying about Tamra, he wants to fuck her, whatever. I'm like, again, as a viewer, I enjoy it and I appreciate Tamra's work. She's a genius, but it's also, that's really neither here nor there for normal people. That was not when they were even together. That is not a controversy. But so Jenn needs to toughen up and start playing in the big leagues. And I don't think she can, as you're saying, Greg.
Yeah, I think like she's in a position where, like you said, she's making weak choices, and so the other women are picking up on this, and they're able to come in and make attacks that would otherwise require like them to expose a bit more vulnerability, like in the Housewives game, right? Like, by Gina dwelling on this affair and like getting so worked up about it, she is exposing a potential like attack point for Jenn. If she was stronger at this, she could be like, yeah, so what? Why are you so affected by this? And really use it as a way to like come from, you go on the attack as opposed to like just curling up in a ball. And same with this thing with the like the comment about her boyfriend Ryan being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck Tamra. Like, that's another thing where that's an opportunity for Jenn to be like, so what? Like, what's the deal with Eddie? Why haven't you told him this? Like, you didn't bring this up until now, and it's because you didn't tell Eddie. Why are you worried about what Eddie thinks? That's nothing. Like, what's going on with you? Like, it's another opportunity for her to be on the attack. But I think, like, Tamra feels completely safe putting this out there because Jenn is playing the game so weak. Right. And same, I think Gina is a smart enough housewife that if she saw that, Jenn was going to be making an attack on this, she would be able to cover it up a bit more and not play as like offensive a game as she has been. But Jenn's just playing this so weak and just letting herself be torn apart.
I guess, like, in Jenn's defense, because like there was a bit of hint that her story was inconsistent depending on who she was talking to. Maybe she was still trying to get the vibe or understand who her ally is or how much she can actually dispose in terms of information, that she had these inconsistencies. But again, like, it worked to her disadvantage because people were like, you're telling lies, your story isn't true, it's not consistent. And I didn't think about it in your lens, Craig, that like she could play offense if she just kind of just twists it a little bit, and if she just switched the narrative. I'm like, that's really smart. She should have totally done that, because then the attention would be off her, and she can call out everyone else, and she would kind of gain that. She would gain the upper hand in these situations.